G'day and welcome to the CRL Show. Paul Arundel and Geoff Stevenson back. We had the Easter weekend off. We just felt like eating lots of chocolate and doing bugger all, didn't we?
That was fantastic weekend. Not very different to many other weekends I have, but, watching footy, sitting on the couch.
Yeah, it's, this weekend in particular, there was heaps of footy, local footy, a lot of competition kicked off round one.
Yep.
Any comp in particular that caught your eye?
Actually, the Q-Top Cup Gold Coast we'll talk about. There's some great games up there, sort of blowouts in some way, but there was one particular Currumbin winning by 4 after scoring 4. So one of those, I find those games compelling, the ones that are going to go into history books. That'll be the trialist game.
Yeah.
Last one, I can't think of the last one I've seen.
No, not off the top of the head, but... the weather up there was pretty miserable.
Yeah.
And the further you went up the coast, Sunshine Coast, they copped a hammering as well.
Yeah.
Something they managed to play.
Yeah, it adds to it. The fact there are no tries in a game can really add to the game because it really shows the kind of clash of the Titans kind of stuff going on there. Like the big forwards bashing each other in the backs, trying to get the ball over the line.
All right, we'll get into some of the highlights now. We may as well we'll start with the Sunshine Coast first. And Noosa took on Gympie. Now, bit of a clash of colours, so I think Noosa had to swap their jerseys around to the plate in the gold and Gympie in the dark blue. But, Gympie ran out winners here. Big margin, I think it's 40-26 in the end the final score was.
Plenty of points scored. Lovely night games, as I always love up that way.
And the battle of the black and golds, Caloundra v Caboolture ended in 14 all draw.
Jeez, and the rain had hit. As you can see.
You can see a few puddles and that. The poor old camera operators, they had to take cover. And sometimes couldn't get the corner shot in. But 14
but great hands, a great play happening on a wet night.
Just when you think it couldn't get any worse, Kawana and Nambour. Kawana, they're on top of the ladder, 48-20 over Nambour. And again, you can see how wet it is, so that railing in shot. And Kawana, as I said, they're on top of the ladder.
It's their 30th anniversary this year.
Yeah.
So I'll talk about a bit of that later. Yeah.
So, good result there. And then the final one here of Sunshine Coast, Maroochydore over Biwa. The score in this one was 20-18. It just lost me there for a moment.
Here we go. This looked like it was going to be either a try or a penalty. Oh, no, he's in.
Yeah, neck and neck.
Yeah.
Contest there. So Kawana on top, Maroochydore, Caboolture and Noosa round out the top 4. You can see that there on your screen.
Yep.
We move to the Gold Coast, the Anzac match. It's become a bit of a tradition, these two local derby rivals, Runaway Bay and Southport. And Runaway Bay are still leading the comp, and I thought they would have got the points in this one, but the Tigers turned it on and picked up the win.
Yeah, it's great play there. They're celebrating the try before he's put the ball down. Fantastic.
32-16, the Tigers over Runaway Bay Seagulls. And Burleigh, they did a number on Helensvale. If you remember back last year, Helensvale actually upset Burleigh. Yeah. So I think the Bears were out to prove a point. It was
Helensvale's only win, wasn't it, for the year? So what a win to have. But, and not this time around. Like you say, Burleigh can have good memories.
40-4. And this one was a big surprise. Mudgery Bar, 44-0 over Ormeau. Isaac Luke had been carving it up for the Shearers in the couple of early weeks, but in the Mudgery Bar are a bit, I won't say hit and miss, but this is, look at that. One side of the field it was sunshine, and it's pissing down rain on the other side.
A lot of fencing there that may get people's way too. That's amazing what's going on there. Must be some work getting done.
Yeah, so Gold Coast Rugby League Gold Coast, you should say, round 4, you can see Runaway Bay still on top, Burleigh, Southport, Mudgery Bar and Tugun round out the top 5. May as well keep going through these. We'll go to the NRRL.
Yeah, look, this was one I was glad is back. I love the NRRL, and it's great that it's started again for the year.
I'm having trouble getting it up on the screen. Here we go now. Ballina, big winners first up against Kyogle. They're very strong at home, the Seagulls, and they ran out winners 66-6 over poor old Kyogle in this one.
Yeah, looking strong. You look how everything looks so regular and normal up there when it was so flooded and so sort of broken apart in the past few weeks.
And Coogin, another local derby over Tweed Coast, winning that one 36-8. Some good tries for the Hornets, and They were one of the form teams last year, so they've started off well. And here's the derby, Morris Brothers v Northern United. They're playing on Oaks Oval. Morris Brothers too strong here in this one, 40-8. You can see the regular home ground over the back. They're actually doing renovation work to that. So,
and I don't know whether it would have been flood affected. Like I thought that's what you're going to say.
Yeah,
that even that might have been a bit flood affected.
I'm sure, work would have stopped over there. Murwillumbah, home to Bilambil. This one was neck and neck for a long period, but Murwillumbah ended up winning 22-18. Got away. This is the pretty much changed the match.
Yeah, great
for the Mustangs.
Yeah, great close game.
And finally, the match of the round was Byron Bay v Mullumbimby, the Byron Bay Shire Derby.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of this. It was a good game.
30-16 again was also. Could have gone either way. You can see there, 18-16 with less than 10 to go, but the Devils getting the points.
Yeah.
And a good start there to NRRL round 1. Now, Casino and Evans Head, they had the bye. Casino, they just didn't have the numbers to field first grade this year, so unfortunately they're just fielding reserve grade, but at least they've got a couple of teams in.
Yeah, that's right. That's great.
Okay, where are we off to next? keep going.
We're back in the swing of things, aren't we? There's a lot of footy being played around Australia.
Well, we'll go down. We're in Newcastle now. So round 6 of the Denton Engineering Cup, round 5, I should say. And the Lions, they got off to a slow start here against Cessnock. The Goaners led 10-0, but South ran away with it. Reeve Howard, he's playing well at fullback and setting up here the winning try.
Yeah, early in the week I thought it might have been a round of upsets because the South had knocked over Cessnock there.
Yeah.
Was it the Roos here that? Yeah, they ran away against Maitland.
Yeah, but Maitland ended up getting the points. 22-12. South won 22-14. I failed to mention that as well, and I had to mention well done to Dan Nelson who called that South's Cessnock game too. Did a great job. Yeah. And on Sunday, Chris McPherson called this one Lakes v Central. It was also a very tight encounter for the first 50-odd minutes, and Central went away with it late.
Feels like it's going to be a bit of a closer comp this year than Denton Engineering Cup.
And the match of the round was Macquarie Scorpions against Western Suburbs Rosellas. Man, Ben Roos, he had a blinder.
Yeah.
It felt like the only thing that was going to stop him was a sniper, and that's exactly what happened. He got a hamstring problem. When it's not going your way, stuff like this happens.
Yeah, this is a great try. I saw this. Oh, what can you do?
Yeah. And Macquarie won that 32-0. And the Entrance Tigers up over Curry.
This might have been the other upset I was thinking of,
32-4. And I got a feeling that's the first time the Entrance have had back-to-back wins in the Newcastle competition.
And that's pretty comprehensive, so it'll be interesting to see what happens next week, whether they can turn it into 3 in a row, because that looks solid. Do we need to talk about Wests again? Because this almost exactly this time last year we were going, they've thrown it in, the season's over, Todd Lowry's going to get sacked, and then they just started winning again.
Yeah, it's the beauty is it's 18-round competition. We're only 5 rounds deep.
Yeah.
And you really only have to scrape into that top 3 really to get that second bite of the cherry. And last year, evidence they'll have a few come back from SG Ball and Jersey Flag to help out. So, don't write off the Rosellas.
No, and I think especially the Denton Engineering Cup, it can be so close at the end of the season. For and against can make the difference sometimes too. So, I mean, if they can just hang in there and not give away too many points and start winning every now and then, you're right. It doesn't take much to scrape in. You've got to protect that for and against, though, in the Newcastle comp. Yeah.
All right, we'll go down to Canberra Rugby League now. It was round 3 down there, I believe. And Gungahlin defeating the Queanbeyan Blues. A bit of an upset. Gungahlin wearing one of their... another great ball.
Yeah.
Wearing the Chocolate Soldiers jersey.
Yeah. There's a time you can look down there and think it would be a beautiful day in Canberra. There's sometimes in June and July you think, no way in hell I want to be there. But it looks like great conditions down the ACT.
Tuggeranong upset here over Woden Valley after the previous weeks. The Bush Rangers getting the win 36-6. Gungahlin won 44-16 over the Blues.
Back up again? Yeah.
Just a bit bad luck there for Woden Valley. And the match of the round here was the Battle of Belconnen, and really it was all the Warriors. This could be try of the season here.
Yeah. That's fantastic. It looks like, I don't know, we know it's a try because we talked about it. It looked like it was all over then. Fantastic piece of work. For those who are listening, intercept try, chip ahead, and under the sticks.
52-6, West Belconnen over Belconnen United. And I think since Bar TV's been covering the Canberra Rugby League competition, this is that's the biggest margin between those two teams.
Yeah.
They've always been really close.
Yeah.
Goulburn City and Yass, this is the final game of Canberra Rugby League, 36-6, and Goulburn City scored all their points in the first half an hour of the game.
Wow, yeah.
So I don't know what happened in the second half, but
I always pick on teams. Goulburn City, I always rate them. I think they could have a good year this year. They're looking solid after that year coming back. Now they're going to consolidate that a little bit and look towards, getting the grand final.
Someone's trying to call me.
Someone's giving you a tip. They're calling around the groups. Like, I want to tell you something's happening in the community.
Righto. We'll keep going. May as well get through all these highlights. There's heaps. So
there are the heaps. It's fantastic.
Round 1, Group 7, Berry.
Group 7's pretty magical too, isn't it?
The Stingrays of Shell Harbour. I like Berry's jerseys.
Are they back? Were they?
Yeah. So they only entered reserve grade last year, the COVID-affected season, but they had problems. But
and went close against the Rays.
Yeah, they went down. Where did I put that here on my sheet? Oh, it looks like I've left it off the sheet. 26-18.
Yeah.
This is a good grudge match. Gerringong and Jamboree, and the Lions winning 22-4.
Yeah, I had a lot more confidence that Jamboree were going to start strong this year. Maybe it's just a early season thing.
Yeah,
but they look comprehensively beaten.
And most picturesque ground here. Yeah, Kaima Knights against.
Now this is Matt. Is it Matt Morris?
Yes.
Yeah, he's got to be related, hasn't he? Yeah, he got a hat trick. Yeah, looking great. And I mean,
here's 2 of his tries anyway.
Yeah, there you go. And he looks sharp. I know it's a big stretch from Kiama to an NRL team, but with that name and that pace.
So 26-0, Kiama over Nowra, and also here Warilla and Milton Ulladulla, 34-22. And this one, it just reminds me of 1988, the Brisbane Broncos.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. Toole, what was that footy play? He was a Toole back then.
Adrian Toole.
It was like Adrian Toole about to eat it up.
So Shell Harbour won 22-6. Good first up results. And I said I like those jerseys. Look really good.
Yeah. We'll have to get one. Anyone out there? Shell Harbour, hit us up.
So I think we've gone through them all, haven't we? I think we have. All the highlights, for this week.
Fantastic to be back. I love the CRL show, how we go from as far as Sunshine Coast down to, Canberra.
Yeah.
And, some great rugby league played in between.
Whew. Well, next week Illawarra's back as well.
Holy
we'll add
moly.
another one. So,
Jesus. Fantastic.
All right, let's go around the groups.
Around the groups, okay, there's a little bit here and there. Actually, we're talking just before we went to air, which is not really beneficial to the listeners and viewers because they don't hear it. But we're talking about, I guess, capturing history of a club and that kind of stuff. I came across, it only came out this year, the 30th anniversary of the Quina Dolphins this year. They've actually made a significant 15-minute video to celebrate their anniversary.
Right.
So every club seems to do it differently when it comes to anniversaries. There's team of the whatever, and there's sportsman's dinners, and they have the old boys come back and all that kind of stuff. I've never seen this. I've seen this happen in other industries, but I've never seen rugby league do it. 15-minute documentary made by Rob Bruff.
Oh.
For those that don't know Rob Bruff,
Sale of the century, but it was
Family Feud.
Family Feud.
He's for the Sunshine Coast viewers and listeners. He reads the news up there now, and he obviously has a connection with Kiwana. I don't think he just, unless they've employed him.
Yep.
They probably have paid him, but you know what I mean. I think he's got that connection. It's a cracker of a doco. Yeah. It's on their Facebook page, and what it does, it taps into their history pretty deeply. It talks to a lot of the guys who were there 30 years ago when it started.
Yep.
It talks about the effect. It's quite emotional. It's quite heartwarming.
Right.
The effect of these guys that said, we're a bit lost, and then the club came together and we joined the club, and I had something in my life, and all those sort of things. Yeah. It's a cracker. And all I would say is, I guess, to clubs out there, it's probably worth looking into when you're doing your... Because it captures that history like... an old book would in the past or something like that. But these old guys who are sharing their stories, they're getting on. They probably would have been 30 or 40 when they set up the club 30 years ago. might be the last time we get to hear
Yeah.
about the history of Kiwana from them, apart from their friends and family and that kind of stuff. I think it's a great idea. It's worth.
So where can we
go on their Facebook page,
Yep.
Kiwana Dolphins. Check them up on Facebook, and sit back. I like. They had great old footage.
Yep.
Like they must have really
Yep.
Ruffy.
Yeah.
He's must be a rugby league nut. He's a bit of a surfer too, isn't
I think he might have actually
Who
been
talks
a
like
player.
this? Remember, he's like, "Hi, I'm Bruffy."
I think he might have actually played back in the old BRL.
Yeah, okay. Nice. Well, anyway, it's well put together, but they obviously have gone around the community and said, has anyone got any footage, any old stuff, any black and white video, not black and white, but any old VHS tapes and that kind of stuff. Great. Worth a look. But also, anyone out there thinking of doing something like that, like I know through other industries, it's actually not that expensive to whack something like that together. Or for a companies love doing it, and they'll do it reasonably cheaply. So it's a great idea.
Awesome, well done.
Other stuff, interesting stuff. The Peter McDonald Shield is into its second round, and I reckon every single person involved in Group 10 and 11 last year is wondering who's winning the battle between Group 10 and Group 11 when it comes to now they've merged, they're playing together. I've done the stats. I've analysed the data.
Yep.
It's pretty even. So I think it's been about 50-50 that Group 10 teams have beaten Group 11 teams and Group 11 teams have beat Group 10 teams. So all I could say is there's been some sort of upsets because we've got the dominance of the orange teams.
Yep.
Strong clubs.
Yep.
Dominance of the Dubbo teams, strong clubs. But we're about 50-50 at the moment. I didn't.
10.5.
Yeah. I just don't know. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We're right in the middle, somewhere between kind of Lithgow and Orange somewhere. But I just find that interesting. I think by the end of the year there'll be people counting it up, going, "Well, it was the Group 10s that actually won more games than the Group 11s against each other."
Yeah, it will be interesting to see if it's lopsided or
I considered it. I thought it might have been more of a Group 10 lean. But the Group 11 is kind of holding up their end of the bargain.
Okay.
There's a lot more. I feel like the Group 11 got a few more smaller clubs that may have, but they're actually right. I think Ningen lost to Dubbo, I think, by not much or something like that. Anyway, we're all even. Okay. Burgess update, Sam Burgess update. Okay, first round, Aurora Valley 58-4 against Sawtell. So that first of all suggests that he's one of the best coaches in history because he's actually he's 100% and his for and against is amazing. But we'll wait and see what happens next. Just a little. I bring these up a lot, but I like this one. NRL player coming back to their junior club.
Yep.
Josh McCrone.
Yep.
Captain coaching the Temora Bunnies this year.
Nice.
What I like about it was...
Bunnies or dragons?
Dragons, sorry. Who have I got it mixed up with? The Temora...
Minor bunnies.
Oh, God, no. I hope it's not that wrong.
How they could have changed,
No, I'll tell you... Next ep, I'll tell you what I was thinking of. Anyway, what I like about it was he said that when he was a young guy in Temora, Mark Stimson, the old Tiger, came back to Temora.
Right.
Steve Reardon came back to Temora. Yeah. And over his childhood, he watched these NRL players come back, and he kind of said, it kind of inspired him to go, "Oh, wow, I'd love to do that one day." Yeah. So I find it interesting. You're seeing, this is the effect. The Josh McCrones, not that he was a superstar player necessarily, but the Josh McCrones of the world are what you get when these NRL players come back, because I think that they see those superstar, or what they would see as an 8-year-old, superstar player come back. They won a premiership. They won a Clayton Cup. When Mark Stimson was there, you can see what happens. And then he's doing it. He said, "I wanted to go back and do what these guys did because they just kind of gave a bit of energy, but like built this club up from just regular everyday seasonal stuff to something special because there's an NRL player there." So
well done. Good.
I think it's really cool. I don't know whether who was at Ballina? Douglas.
Luke Douglas has gone. Well, he was at Ballina last year. He's gone back to his junior club this year, Lower Clarence.
Oh, Lower Clarence. Yeah. Okay. So that stuff I can't get enough of because I know some people have different opinions about NRL players shifting around and going to different parts of the countryside to maybe make a buck or whatever. I think great you go back to your local club. Really good. Penny Terapo news.
Yep.
He has turned up to training at the Dora Creek Swampies. My man on the street, Murph, has actually sighted him at training.
Wow.
He was standing somewhere up on a hill with some binoculars and definitely said he saw Penny Terapo there.
Yeah.
So he may be debuting. I don't know. I want to face him in the Newcastle and Hunter Rugby League A grade. It'd be quite. I don't know. He's a bit of a hard man in his time.
I just good on him, and well done for Dora Creek for attracting him. But I just don't know why you'd want to go and play second division when you can play in a high division.
Yeah.
Whether it be Newcastle Central Coast.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but yeah.
I think it can be frustrating for these A grade clubs because I think I'm not saying Penny did this or he's going to do this, but sometimes it might be like they're not fully committed to playing, so they might turn up to training a couple of times.
Yeah.
I think there were reports of Richie Fayoso last year.
Yeah. Darcy Lussick as well.
So I mean, they must get the people that are kind of committed to playing, and then they kind of think better of it. So that's a bit frustrating. Yeah. And maybe that's why he's there, But anyway, it's good. Probably good just to have him around the traps, talking to the juniors, tell them how to slip a little elbow in while they're tackling. I remember him as being like that. I don't know. I won't say it to his face or anything, but look. That's my around the groups. You got anything more to throw in there?
I don't, but before we get into the big hit of the week, I just a little observation of one of the games that happened down at Canberra. I'll get this up for you. I don't know about you, but I like it when something stupid happens or something
unique,
silly. Yeah, unique happens, and I go through a lot of highlights, cutting them up through the week, and I would miss thousands of stuff, but every now and then something catches my eye. So, just have a look at the, it's like the bottom right.
Yeah, bottom right.
Jesus, catching the bottom right of your screen
edge,
here.
Right edge.
When poor old Mr. Touchy just trips over it. There you go. Gets up. Little thumbs up to say,
I'm all good. The ref's probably trying to laugh while he blows a whistle. I like as he was falling. For those who are like Rochi, it's almost like he's either I've got to keep my eye on the ball still and do my job, or if I keep my eye on the ball, it looks like I'm doing this for a reason, and I'm not just falling. I'm watching the ball hit the try.
The thing is, there was nothing there. He just fell.
Yeah, I do that all the time. So I know he's feeling, but yeah, it's always great. I don't want to quote Gus Gould, but there is nothing funnier than refs falling over. And I think even they find it funnier than we do.
Well, I mean, there was one a few years ago happened. It's still the best. I might have to dig that up.
I think I remember that one.
From the kick-off, I think it was a Yas player and went to tap the ball in. We'll put it up now for you. Yeah. Taps the ball in, whack, takes him out, poor bugger. Yeah.
They do well to avoid a lot of mess. That's what blows me away. When you watch a lot of stuff going on in rugby league in any area of the league, any level, they're in the middle, and I'm like, how do you not get hit by a forward? How do you not get hit by the ball? So yeah, they do well, the refs, and that's probably another thing to come up like through the week. A lot of groups are looking for refs. What can you say? Like if you want to have a blow,
give it a go.
I don't think there's going to be many.
Maybe that should be their slogan. If you want to have a blow, give it a go.
Have a blow, give it a go. But it attracted a very interesting group of people, maybe. But it's, I think, I want to say, if you are interested, I don't think there's a group that wouldn't find you an easy way of training because they're just desperate. And so if you think, I've been thinking about it, go and just make some inquiries. Even at your local club, they'll know someone. Yeah, sure. Because there's a lot of coaching clinics, refereeing clinics out there. I won't cover them all, but they're out there. All right, mate. We'll get into the big hit of the week. It's a big hit. It's a big hit. I just almost feel like you can still feel it ringing in the air. So I'll leave the commentary up for this one.
Lewis Hamilton
plays the ball. On
poor old Jason. And he gets absolutely hammered there.
He had enough time to look and go, oh, shit. Like if you watch it in slow-mo, he looks back and you see him look up and go, that is huge. And yeah. Anyway, no one was hurt. That's the big hit. Well, as far as we know, no one was hurt in making this video. Yeah. All right, we're wrapping things up now. This weekend coming, round 6, Newcastle Rugby League, Denton Engineering Cup. West v Wyong, Maitland v Cessnock. That'll be an absolutely beauty. 1v2 on the ladder. Macquarie v Lakes, the Lake Macquarie Derby is always a good one too. Yeah, a bit of form around those teams at the moment. And the entrance hosts Central. Tigers looking for 3 in a row. Yep. I think Central might be too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And the match of the round is Souths v Curry. Souths have actually surprised me this year. I think they've come out with some pretty positive play and are doing pretty well.
Yeah, they got a couple of handy signings in Frank Paul, Nulasala, and a couple of guys left the club and have come back. So
I think Sleepy's Day happening, and it was like good timing for them. That gives them that little bit of an edge, and they always sort of play well in that round. It gives them a bit of momentum. I'm sure they played well this week because of how Sleepy's was.
Yeah. Round 4, Canberra Raiders Cup. Yes, host Gungahlin. West Belconnen v Goulburn City. Tuggeranong v Belconnen United. And the Kangaroos, who had the bye, they host Woden Valley. The Blues have the bye.
Yeah. There's some good games in there. West Belconnen and Goulburn City will probably be an interesting one.
Yeah, that's probably the pick of the bunch. I'm not sure what the match of the round. But anyway, South Coast round 3, even though technically it's round 2. You can see there Shell Harbour host Nowra, Berry and Kiama, Jamboree and the Stingrays, Warilla, Albion Park. That's probably my tip of the pick out of all of them. Yeah. The Gorillas v the Eagles, and also Milton Ulladulla host Gerringong.
Yeah, and I think if Jamboree can produce some of the form they had last year, that Jamboree Stingrays game will be a good one too. They're first at home, I guess, because they played away,
And Triple RL kicks into round 2. Lower Clarence kick off their first game. They'll take on Kyogle. That should be a good, interesting clash, that one. Yeah. Even though the Turkeys got towed up, but Magpies might be a bit more even contest. Yeah. Ballina at home to Byron Bay, a bit of a local derby there. They're not too far away from each other. No. Northern United, Murwillumbah, Tweed Coast, Balamble, Mullumbimby v Coogin. That could be an interesting one. Evans Head and Morris Brothers, they have the bye. And
there must be, I'll just say now, there must be hundreds of people out there that have made this competition start without any problems. Yeah. While also cleaning their houses out because they've been flooded, cleaning their businesses out because they're flooded, cleaning out the footy clubs because they're flooded. So it's a tribute to the Ballina teams, but also there's plenty there that, like, Kyogle was smashed and Moorlambar was smashed. Like, they all, yeah. So it's a credit that this is happening.
As the main ground in Lismore was getting renovated or refurbished when all that chaos hit. And the same too with Byron Bay. They're actually doing some extensions to their clubhouse.
And I think it's important. I've listened to a lot of people up that way talking on the radio. They want normality. Yep. They want the shops to open. They want the school to be open. They want this. So there's nothing like in the amongst all that, you can go watch your local footy team play. Yeah. It's really is actually a community asset.
Righto, let's actually just one more thing. Katrina Fanning Shield, that kicks off down in Canberra this weekend too. We'll go through the teams here. Tuggeranong host Woden Valley. Woden Valley's first year in the Katrina Fanning Shield. Harden Warhawks, that's a combination between Harden and I think it's Barua. Pronounce it right. The Warhawks take on Queanbeyan Blues. South Coast United, another new team. I think they're based at Bateman's Bay, so they'll make the trek to take on UC Stars. And Yass v Goulburn City. Last year, those two were top of the ladder before COVID hit, so that should be a cracker. And Boomanullah have the bye. So Katrina Fanning Shield, that's the women's competition kicking off in Canberra, and it's a very strong women's rugby league.
It's in rude health at the moment. You can say it's expanding, and you can't say that about many competitions in Australia right now. You know, it's fantastic.
Well, mate, I think that's about it.
One
more thing. Sorry.
The Quizmaster trivia.
Oh, jeez.
Now, I posed a question a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. What are the two shark teams that have won the Clayton's Cup in the last 10 years? Yep. Now, I don't know how many shark teams there are. I was actually going through them. There's a few. It wasn't Shell Harbour or Belconnen. Do you want to have a guess?
I'd guess Port Macquarie Sharks would be one.
Bing, got it. Yep, that's one. This was a trickier one. I didn't.
Yeah. And the other shark, I think it'd be a wild stab in the dark, but I was thinking Maruya.
Yeah, you got it. Well done. Maruya and Port Macquarie in the noughties, I think, or the late noughties. Okay. There you go. The two sharkies.
Because I was thinking, so it might have been before Michael Wayman went back.
Yeah, I think it was.
Because that was what got me originally thinking that they've won it because Michael Wayman went back for a few years.
Yeah. I don't think they won a comp while he was there, but I think you're right.
Yeah,
I think
I was right, but I was wrong.
Yeah, there were Waymans around at the time, no doubt.
Yeah.
Anyway, there were Waymans everywhere down there. I think most of them are Waymans in some way or another.
Okay, there you go. We've got a question for this week.
Yeah, you've got it, haven't you?
Oh, well, yeah, okay. Well, I was going to hold it. The beauty about this show is nothing is really planned.
Yeah, no, there's no plan, so nothing can go wrong.
So this one, for the people that listen driving home, and they've really got nothing else to do, I guess you're just going to have to watch the
take
last
our word
video.
for it. I'll try to describe it.
Yeah. So anyway, this week is a picture. So there it is up on the screen now. If you can guess, or if you know who that team is, the club, and also what the mascot is, you'll let us know via the comments or send us an email at rugbyleague@bartv.com.au, and you can pick yourself up a subscription for 12 months.
Yeah, half points if you just can name what that is.
Yeah.
I kind of got it, but gee, it's very old school. For those who are listening, it's a very old school drawing. Like, it's not one of those modern fancy sharks jumping out of the logo kind of thing. This is something that must be, like 100 years old. It feels like it.
Could be, yeah. But that's a Quizmasters trivia. If you can work out what that picture is, and let us know. Just don't guess amongst yourself or with Barry down at the pub.
Yeah. Bonus points if you guess without seeing it. If you get that, I'll give you like 10 years of subscriptions. There's no way to prove it, so there's no way I'm going to do it. But still, it'd be very impressive. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's us done and dusted for another week. Maybe we should have a fortnight off all the time.
Oh, I mean, the problem is you come back and you realise there is rugby league on. All the comps are back now. Everyone had their little Easter break, and that was probably last week was a bit quieter. But Jesus, back in full swing now. How many comps are left to start? There aren't that many.
I think Group 2 kicks off.
Yeah,
Illawarra mentioned, and there might be a few like the smaller comps.
Woodbridge.
Yeah, Hastings maybe. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, okay.
But,
it's on.
Yeah, it's on.
Fantastic.
Yeah. All right. It's all on the other side, but it's time for us to say goodbye. Anyway.
It's getting late. We've had a lot of rugby league to consume. And,
All right.
Should I do the
you can go, mate. I'm lost for words.
Thanks for listening and watching, and we'll see you next week on the CRL Show.